The present is theirs. The future for which I really worked is mine. Picture this: a man standing alone in his laboratory at midnight, surrounded by crackling electricity dancing through the air like trapped lightning. His eyes gleam with the fire of 1,000 discoveries, yet his heart carries the weight of a world that doesn't understand him. This isn't science fiction. This is the story of a man who literally held the power of the gods in his hands and watched as the world turned its back on him. A man who gave us the modern world, yet died forgotten and alone. That story belongs to Nikola Tesla. Born in 1856 during a violent thunderstorm in what is now Croatia, Nikola Tesla entered this world as lightning split the sky. The midwife called it a bad omen. "His child will be a child of darkness," she whispered. But his mother, a woman of unshakable faith, looked at her newborn son and declared, "No, he will be a child of light." How prophetic those words would become. Tesla wasn't your typical genius. He was a man haunted by visions so vivid, so real, that he could build entire machines in his mind and test them for weeks before ever touching a single piece of metal. He could see the invisible forces that connect our universe: electricity, magnetism, energy itself. But genius comes with a price. Tesla suffered from obsessive-compulsive disorder that controlled his every move. He had to walk around buildings 3 times before entering. He counted every step, every bite of food. His mind, the same mind that would revolutionize the world, was also his prison. In 1884, at age 28, Tesla arrived in New York with nothing but the clothes on his back, a letter of recommendation, and dreams that seemed impossible. He had 4 cents in his pocket and a head full of ideas that would reshape human civilization. But the American dream? It became Tesla's American nightmare. Thomas Edison, the great inventor, the media darling, hired Tesla and immediately recognized his brilliance. Then came the betrayal that would haunt Tesla forever. Edison promised him $50,000, that's over $1 million today, to improve his electrical systems. Tesla worked day and night, pushing his fragile mind to its limits. When he completed the impossible task, Edison laughed in his face. "Tesla, you don't understand our American humor." The money never came. The recognition never came. Only betrayal. But this was just the beginning of Tesla's descent into hell. George Westinghouse bought Tesla's alternating current patents and promised him royalties that would make him one of the richest men in America. Then, when Westinghouse's company faced financial ruin, he begged Tesla to tear up the contracts. Tesla, this gentle soul who could have lived like the king, chose to save Westinghouse instead of himself. He ripped up contracts worth billions in today's money. Can you imagine? Can you imagine sacrificing everything? Your financial security, your future, your dreams, for someone else's company. Tesla handed away a fortune that would have made him richer than Rockefeller or Carnegie, all for the principle that his invention should benefit humanity, not just himself. The world took everything from him and gave nothing back. By 1900, Tesla had given humanity radio, wireless technology, the electrical grid that powers your home right now, remote control, X-rays, and countless other innovations. Yet while other inventors became household names and built financial empires, Tesla watched from the shadows as others took credit for his discoveries. Marconi won the Nobel Prize for inventing radio using Tesla's patents. Edison became known as the greatest inventor of all time. Built on the foundation Tesla created, the world celebrated everyone except the man who made it all possible. Tesla began to withdraw from the world that had betrayed him so completely. He stopped eating properly. His obsessive behaviors worsened. He fell in love with a pigeon, yes, a pigeon, because it was the only living thing that didn't want to use him, betray him, or steal from him. The man who harnessed lightning itself began feeding pigeons in Bryant Park, alone, forgotten, his clothes worn thin, his once sharp mind clouded by decades of heartbreak and isolation. Picture this: the greatest genius who ever lived, the man whose inventions power the device you're watching this on right now, spending his final years alone in a cheap hotel room, surviving on crackers and milk, talking to pigeons because they were his only friends. How many of us could endure such crushing disappointment? How many of us could watch the world steal our life's work and still keep believing in humanity? How many of us could lose everything and still refuse to become bitter? But here's what makes Tesla immortal. Here's what separates legends from ordinary men. Even in his darkest hour, even when the world had taken everything, Tesla never stopped dreaming, never stopped creating, never stopped believing that tomorrow could be better than today. In his tiny hotel room, surviving on crackers, this broken man continued to envision a future so advanced it seemed like magic. He imagined wireless communication across the globe, your smartphone. He envisioned machines that could think, artificial intelligence. He dreamed of harnessing the Earth's natural energy to power the world for free. While others built fortunes, Tesla built the future. Tesla understood something that his contemporaries couldn't grasp. True genius isn't about personal glory. It's about lifting up all of humanity. It's about planting trees whose shade you'll never enjoy. It's about lighting torches for generations you'll never meet. Every time you flip a light switch, you're touching Tesla's legacy. Every time you use wireless technology, you're connected to his vision. Every time you charge your electric car, you're powered by his dreams. The man they called crazy, the man they forgot, the man they betrayed. He didn't just predict the future, he created it. Nikola Tesla died alone on January 7th, 1943. The newspapers barely mentioned it. The world had already forgotten the man who gave it everything. But death couldn't silence Tesla's voice. Death couldn't dim his light. Today, the entire world runs on Tesla's dreams. The company Tesla bears his name. Scientists study his notes like sacred texts. His patents form the backbone of our digital age. The future he imagined, wireless communication, electric vehicles, renewable energy, artificial intelligence, isn't science fiction anymore. It's our reality. Tesla's story teaches us the most profound truth about human existence. Your worth isn't measured by how the world treats you. It's measured by what you give to the world, even when the world gives you nothing in return. Tesla chose love over hate, vision over vengeance, hope over despair, legacy over wealth. He shows us that true immortality isn't about living forever. It's about creating something that lives forever after you're gone. So, the next time you feel forgotten, remember Tesla. The next time the world doesn't appreciate your gifts, remember Tesla. The next time you want to give up on your dreams because no one believes in them, remember Tesla. Be the light in someone else's darkness. Be the genius who plants trees for future generations. Be the person who changes the world, not for recognition, but because it's the right thing to do. Because in the end, the present belongs to those who play it safe. But the future belongs to the dreamers, the visionaries, the ones brave enough to imagine what could be. The future belongs to people like Tesla. The future belongs to people like you,